Hey everybody, welcome to Fit Tip Tuesday. I'm sorry I didn't do a Fit Tip last week. I was working on planning a surprise birthday party for my husband and it was a lot of work. And actually, it was on Wednesday and everything was amazing. I pulled off the surprise. It was really, really nice. So, super excited about that. And then I spent the weekend teaching for Stitches at Home, and if you follow along with me, you may have participated in my Shorts for Everybody Sew Along. Well, I taught it as a class on Saturday and Sunday, and it went really well. I'm super excited. Today, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to answer one of my students' questions regarding how to remove ease from the middle of your leg. Now, this can happen when your your pattern fits like from the waist to the full hip, but then under your butt you end up with extra, and it really looks like it's coming from the middle of the pattern. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to get rid of the fabric within the pattern. Now, the benefit of doing this is you're not having to take in the side and change the shape of your side or inseams. So sometimes that's helpful to be able to go inside the pattern and get rid of ease. So the cool thing about this adjustment I'm going to show you is you can use it to either take ease out, or you can also use it to add ease. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show how to take ease out of a back leg, and you can do the exact same thing to the front leg if you need to get rid of extra fabric in the center of your front leg. But then on the front leg, I'm going to show you how to actually use the same technique to add ease, because I have a subscriber who decided to try working on the shorts pattern after the sew along was over. So I thought what I would do is show her how to add ease to the front leg, but you could also do it to the back leg too. So basically I'm showing you these two adjustments on the front and back leg, but just keep in mind you can use them on both legs. So each technique can be done to the front leg and the back leg. So let's start with the back leg and removing ease. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is add my grain line here. I don't know why I don't put it on when I get it printed, but let me just put the grain line. And then remember, we want to remove ease below the butt, which is in this area here. So I'm just going to draw myself a horizontal grain line, or a horizontal guideline, to show approximately where that position is. All right, so now the next step is to draw yourself a diagonal line that starts up here high on the side seam and then points directly to where we want to add the ease, which is approximately here. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that diagonal line. And then I'm also going to draw a control point horizontally from the grain line to the side seam. So my pivot areas are going to be here and here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to cut straight through my grain line and then up my diagonal line to but not through my side seam. And I'm going to create a pivot there. And then I'm also going to slash along this horizontal line and make a pivot there. All right, so you can see what we can do now is we can pull this apart. Well, we can also overlap it. Okay, so just so I can show you how this works, I'm going to work with a 1/4 inch adjustment. So I am just going to make a 1/4 inch guideline right here. Okay, so the first step is I'm going to slide this piece up until it meets that 1/4 inch guideline, like this. Okay, and then I'm going to just tape that down. Okay, and just to put a fine point on it, let me show you here. I'm just gonna show you. This is what has been overlapped. Okay, this amount right there, what I dashed in. But notice how the hem is a little bit screwed up now. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pivot the bottom part of the leg out to create an even amount of overlap. And to show you the even overlap, I'm also going to draw a 1/4 inch here. And you can draw these guidelines on your pattern if you want to as well, to help you, you know, overlap at the amount you need. Okay, so, all right, so see now I'm pushing this into position. Oops. Like this. Okay, we have an even amount of overlap here, so let me just show you where the overlap is. It's right here. Okay, so now I've gotten rid of a 1/4 inch of ease along the leg, and also here, you know, barely negligible up here, but then as you get to the area, you know, where we want to start removing that ease is in here, right? So you can see that we've removed ease. Now, if your hem was already the correct width and we don't want to change it, what you're going to do is you're just going to true this bottom edge up here like this. And then if you want to put that 1/4 inch back in, you can. You know, and you can kind of just fill it in like this. Okay, so that will then add the you know, the width of the pattern down here back in if you need to. So that's how you remove ease from the middle of your pattern. You can do this adjustment to the front as well. So keep in mind that I'm showing this just on the back, but if you need to remove ease in your front, you absolutely can do that. One telltale sign that you may need to remove ease is if, when you look at yourself in the mirror, if your pant leg is, it almost looks like it's bowing out down the length of the front leg in the center. This would fix that. Okay, so if you have that issue where it just looks like you have too much fabric and your fabric is not soft and drapey to just fall. So like if you're working with a twill that has a little bit of body, and I don't want to say stiffness, but you know what I mean, it doesn't fall, then use this to get rid of your extra ease in your leg, front or back. All right, now what I want to do is show you the opposite. I'm going to do the same adjustment here, but this time I'm going to show you how to add ease. And the cool thing about this is we can keep the hem the same. All right, so again, I'm going to start out by just drawing my grain line here. And I'm also going to draw a horizontal line. Okay, so we need to add room for, you know, maybe your tummy or an athletic front thigh. I'm just going to dash in the area that we want to add. Okay, so we're going to do the exact same guidelines. I'm going to start by making a little mark approximately where my goal is in terms of where I want the adjustment to be centered. And then I'm going to draw my diagonal line from my side seam to the grain line, and also my control point. Okay. Okay, so now in this case, I'm going to go up my grain line and then diagonally up to the side seam, and I'm going to create a pivot. And then I'm also going to slash this control point like that. Okay, so in this case, we are spreading our pattern. So I'm going to use a little sticky note here. I'm just going to stick it like right there. And the first thing is we can spread the pattern the amount we need. And I think I'll just go with that 1/4 inch. So I'm going to tape that into position. Okay, and then you can see what's happening here. It's making the hem really skewed. We can actually use the control point to pivot that back in so that the hem is the original width. All right, and I'm just going to stick another one of my little stick-it notes there, and I'm just going to pivot that forward until the hem touches. All right, and this gives you a really good visual for what's going on here. You can see we've primarily added in this area. I mean, there is a little bit added here, you know, and of course we've added a little bit down the leg. The control point is overlapped, so if I just sort of color in where the overlap is, it's like right here. Okay, notice down here it's uneven. So if I take my ruler and connect my original side and inseam, it's going to fill that in. Okay, so the part that I overlapped up here gets added back down here to maintain the length of the pattern piece. Okay, so this is how you would add ease into the middle of your leg, and you can do it to the back leg as well. If you added down here and you didn't need to, you could always, you know, come over here and, you know, technically if you wanted to take this in a little bit, you could, to sort of, you know, get rid of some of that ease that you added, you know, if you didn't need it here. But really, once you start moving away from the center of this adjustment, it becomes negligible really fast. All right, so that's how you add ease within a leg. And remember, you can do that to the front leg or the back leg. So those are our two completed adjustments. And like I said, the cool thing is you're not playing with the side seams, you know, very much unless you decide to add some ease back in over here. So you don't have to worry about truing up your edges after you adjust the pattern from within, just the hem. So I hope this helps you ladies. If anybody else has questions or comments about this, please post them below and I will help you. Next week, I am going to show you how to change the slope of your shoulder. That's a question from a subscriber that I got. I will do that next week, and I'll compare and contrast the slope of your shoulder versus forward shoulder and the actual position of the shoulder seam. All right, so look for that next week. On Friday, we are going to be doing part 2 of the raglan sleeve sew along. So if you're joining me for that, have your pieces cut out and ready to go, because I'm going to start sewing on Friday. So I hope you'll join me at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And then I'm really hoping to have another episode of Embroidery Sunday ready to go for this week. I apologize that I can't do those every week, because part of my process for Embroidery Sundays is designing something original to show you guys. So I have a larger poppy floral design I'm working on, and I'm going to show you how to embroider that with a 4x4 hoop. So people who don't have a embroidery machine that has a large hoop size, I will show you how to get a big design using small hoop and multiple hoopings. So that's going to be our next topic for that, and I'm hoping to be sharing that with you on Sunday. All right, so I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you very soon.